Did I do that right, Joyce? I changed it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to part 2 of our presentation on the 10 Commandments. I was here in January, I believe, and we talked about the divine commandments, the first 4 commandments that have to do with human relationship to God. Thou shalt not have any gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thyself any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. And remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Today I'm going to talk about the last 6 commandments, and they're about how humans should relate to each other. I call these the interpersonal commandments. Honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, and thou shalt not covet. Now, as a child, I saw these as rules set down by an authority, and it was just basically, don't break these or else you'll get punished. But as I've grown, I've come to see these as guides, good advice. Because not hurting other people is a good strategy to avoid being hurt. It's not a guarantee, but if you're putting good things out into the world, you're more likely to get good things back. Jesus stated this positively in Matthew 7:12. In everything, do to others as you would have them do to you. This is the law and the prophets. In Eastern religions, they talk about good works and the righteous path leading to blessings, or in the Sanskrit, good dharma brings good karma. When we were children, our parents seemed like gods. And that's why this 5th commandment is kind of like that. It's just that transition from God to humans, saying, honor your mother and father. But by adolescence, most of us realize that our parents are not gods. And we get angry, and we make it our mission to remind them that they are only human and not very good ones at that. Hopefully we become adults and forgive them and learn to respect and understand their struggle.
So, parents were once seen as lawgivers, to be obeyed without question, always respected, sometimes feared, and occasionally held in awe and affection. In return, they were expected to provide for their offspring the material needs, guidance regarding community standards, and hopefully be able to help them attain a living on their own when they were grown. This is a complicated dance of dependence and interdependence that changes and grows, pushes and pulls every day of their lives until they are grown. They exchange roles as the child grows and learns. A wise parent recognizes this and allows it to happen. Now, I have enjoyed the experience of being a parent of a child growing up Unitarian Universalist. Our church encouraged my child to explore the world, to learn about himself and others, including learning about me as a person, not just as a mother. This first song is written from the point of view of a teenager chafing at the reins of parental control until they begin to learn how to honor their father and their mother. They were born too long ago. Mom and Dad are bothering me and getting on my nerves. Some of the things they want me to do are really quite absurd. They give an inch and I take a mile, feeling full well all the while. Everything I get is well deserved. They were born too long ago. How could they ever know all the things I'm going through? They don't understand the thing I do. They want me to be celebrate and worry about my back. I wish they would get off of it and give me a little slack. They're scared I'll do something wrong, drink a beer or do a bong. They tell me, boy, please stay on the right track. They were born too long ago. How could they ever know all the things I'm going through? They don't understand a thing I do. They won't let me have the car and party all night long. They want me to get good grades and grow up big and strong. They seem to be such hypocrites. They tell me no and then do it. They don't want me to go where they went wrong. They were born too long ago. How could they ever know all the things I'm going through? They don't understand a thing I do. When I think I came from them, it makes my head spin. They did a simple act of love to make my life begin. They have the right to worry. They've invested so much in me. To treat the bad is really quite a sin. They were born so long ago. It's so hard for them to know. I guess that when they bother me, it's only 'cause they care about me. Thou shalt not kill. Okay. Seems like the easiest commandment to follow. But we have so many debates about when life begins and when it ends. In what situations do we have the right to choose death? What is the difference between being a war hero and a war criminal? What is the proper way to kill someone? Killing has been done in my name. I know this. My country has gone to war, and my tax dollar has paid for the weapons used to kill. How do I reconcile myself to this? I have not held a gun or a club. I have not personally set my knee on someone's neck and held it there until the pulse threaded to a halt. But I have seen it done. How do we reconcile ourselves to this? I have escorted women to a clinic because they made a hard decision. These choices about their bodies, their lives, their futures are not easy. I have made that hard decision. I am reconciled to this. There are no simple answers when we ask, when is it proper to kill? We all know that we should not kill the meek. Should we kill in self-defense? Shooting off the other cheek does execution. Turn two wrongs into right. Should we make sure the killer does not kill again tonight? Did we sit by when Hitler killed the Jews? Is it right to fight a war when you're fighting for the truth? When is it proper to kill? When is it proper to kill? Take the fetus. Is this life we should protect? Or should we let unwanted kids die of neglect? Is it murder when we kill a cow? Are vegetables somehow a better thing to kill? Animal research just might save your life. Is it worth a bunny's life to wear makeup? When is it proper to kill? When is it proper to kill? Say no to drugs. Use faith healers instead. Is that worse than a machine breathing for someone who's dead? Don't treat people with no money for the cure. Should we help people die when there is no cure? All these questions overwhelm the mind. Is suicide a choice or a capital crime? When is it proper to kill? When is it proper to kill? We've heard that thou shalt not kill.
Good people of the congregation, I rise in the pulpit today to report that music has destroyed America. Not just any music, but a particular form of music has destroyed many families because it's all about sex. And not healthy, God-fearing sex, but sex that runs beyond the confines of holy matrimony. Music that claims that heaven's just a sin away. Or just call me angel in the morning and then just walk away. Or she's acting single and I'm drinking doubles. And tequila makes her clothes fall off. I'm telling you, it's not God who makes honky-tonk angels. Garth Brooks sang about how this infidelity destroys families. And it's always the children that we have to worry about. He sings, Papa loved Mama, Mama loved men. Mama's in the graveyard and Papa's in the pen. These songs that don't end in murder end in humiliation. Such as she's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways that she don't understand. Yes, country music has destroyed this country. Ever since Hank Williams sang Your Cheating Heart, there has been a long black veil shrouding the lovers of this country. Adultery runs rampant. Almost every country song is about cheating, being tempted to cheat, being cheated upon, justifying cheating, getting revenge for cheating, or seeking forgiveness for cheating. Country music has sowed the seeds of dissension in the American family. Cowboys and cowgirls are hip-hopping from one bed to another. The sixth commandment is, thou shalt not commit adultery. Yet we tolerate a billion-dollar industry that revels in this sin. So we've decided to fight fire with fire. We will sing a country song. And it's just another song about cheating.
Are you ready, Reverend?
Almost.
sound of wedding bells is broken now, but she didn't like them anyhow. The ringing in her head and on her hand are disregarded like her man. Her husband doesn't know as she shuts the door. She is just lied to him like before. The news will break his heart when he finds out she's made love something to cry about. Here's another song about cheating to help you keep in mind that the good Lord outlawed cheating to make love a real good time. He's on a business trip and he's on his own. Tells his wife he loves her on the telephone, but underneath the covers by his side is his companion, not his bride. And here's another song about cheating to help you keep in mind that the good Lord outlawed cheating to make love a real good time. Love is not a calling you can collect, but to other people it is our debt. Treating love like candy on the shelf. Can't you see you're cheating on yourself? So here's another song about cheating to help you keep in mind that the good Lord outlawed cheating to make love a real good time for all those involved. Let's make love really love. Don't cheat yourself out of love. Don't cheat yourself out of love. Amen. When I was a girl, I stole $5 out of my mother's purse. I took the money to the corner store and I spent it all on candy. Then I gave it away to the children in the store and outside. Later that evening, when my mom came home from work, she took me into her bedroom for a private talk. She took out a $5 bill and held it out to me. She said that Mr. Abe at the corner store had given her the money and told her about the events of the morning. I was mortified. My mother tried to give him back the money, but he said, "No, Now, Gail is a good girl. She's always polite. She never steals anything from my store. I think she's trying to buy friendship. You just need to talk to her. I apologize to my mom, and later also to Mr. Abe. I will not steal. I learned a lesson. I learned that you cannot take anything of value. It must be earned.
But what does it mean to earn something? How do we know that we really deserve something? Are corporate profits from the labor of underpaid workers actually earned? And then if everybody deserves food, shelter, and health care, why aren't they free? There are many ways to define a tax system. Some call all tax thievery. Others call for everyone to pay their fair share. Can we own the land, the sky, and the sea? Or do we actually owe it to future generations? Life is a game of give and take. And it might be a given that you're going to get taken. The next song has many more questions and is called If the Shoe Fits. Dipping from a blind man's cup, taking candy from a baby. None of us would do such a thing, but maybe, just maybe, you have some hotel souvenirs. I don't know where I got this pen. The museum's archaeological find is somebody's sacred shrine. Putting an extra penny in the tank of the car. She bummed a cigarette as we shared the salad bar. Does it belong to you? Is it something you're entitled to? Stand in another man's shoe. If the shoe fits, should you wear it? Income tax evasion, a used car sales persuasion. The dentist took good teeth from me for Medicaid payment. The salesman selling salvation says call on our pray and pay phone. I sold a house on a floodplain with a high interest loan. Picking someone's pocket, picking someone's brain, testing grapes at the supermarket where the cashiers give the wrong change. Does it belong to you? Is it something you're entitled to? Stand in another man's shoe. If the shoe fits, should you wear it? The exploited worker makes a personal call. The wasteful bureaucrat robbing Peter to pay Paul. Marrying for money, committing burglaries, not paying a prostitute, taking liberties, still take and purloin, embezzle, sneak and come, misappropriating funds, sampling us. La 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 la. Does it belong to you? Is it something you're entitled to? Stand in another man's shoe. If the shoe fits, should you wear it? If the shoe fits, should you wear it? There are few sermons I remember from my childhood growing up in the Presbyterian Church, but I do remember a guest minister, and I think only a guest minister could get away with this. He said he was going to preach on man's most dangerous organ. He said this organ was responsible for so much sin. He says it may be uncomfortable to talk about man's most dangerous organ, but he had to. He even asked, "Dare I show this organ in church?" He stepped from behind the pulpit. The congregation gasped. And then he stuck out his tongue. This is about the commandment not to bear false witness against one's neighbor. Yes, the tongue that lies and gossips is responsible for so much sin. We live in an age of alternative facts where we are caught in a spin cycle. Words are twisted to fit agendas. Language is weaponized. Threats are dismissed as jokes, and jokes are issued as threats. This song was written years ago about no one in particular, a hypothetical person whose every word is poison. I can't imagine who would be like that. Your tongue is slipping on the coffee cup, and the ears of the passerby are perking up. You say it's the truth, and then it must be told. You love to spread the facts when they're hot and cold, 'cause you're always using your dangerous organ. Once your lies are said, they seem to stick. You always win in the course of conversation, always getting in your last licks. You are a raging fire, people's ears would burn if they heard the things you said when their backs are turned. If the person's want information, you supply the rest with fabrication. You're always using your dangerous organ. Once your lies are said, they seem to stick. You always win in the course of conversation, always getting in your last licks. Your jaw is wagging like a puppy's tail, a jester in the courtroom that won't set bail. You can't see when attacking from the rear that all that is true is not fit to hear. 'Cause if you're always using your dangerous organ, once your lies are said, they seem to stick. You always win in the course of conversation, always getting in your last licks. You don't want anybody thinking you're the worst. You prevent the situation by striking first. Talk about the nasty things and people you see, Emphasize suspension and ignore your tree, cause you're always using your dangerous organ. Once your Liza said they seem to stick, you always win intercourse and conversation, always getting in your last licks, always getting in your last licks, your last licks, your last licks, last licks, last licks, last licks. I am not a person who wants a lot of things. As a child, my mother used to take me on walks, and instead of picking flowers, she would say, "We'll just look at them and smell them. Tomorrow they will be there again, and other people will see them and enjoy them too." That's my policy about a lot of things. I try to enjoy them without having to own them. Art is free at galleries. Books can be borrowed from the library, and nature surrounds us. But in my life, I did covet one thing. A friend of mine had a silver Volvo station wagon. It felt so solid and safe. I dislike being in cars. Driving is scary, but Volvos made me feel secure. And I convinced Charlie here to buy 3 of them. The first one was burgundy, and it was totaled in a wreck. That was not our fault. Okay, not our fault. But we were safe and sound. Our second one was white. A teenager in an SUV rammed us from behind and pushed us into oncoming traffic. The car was totaled, but we were safe and sound. Our third one was black. Charlie stopped at a stoplight. The car behind him did not. The car was totaled. But Charlie and our son was, come on, say it with me, safe and sound. I learned that even if you get exactly what you covet, you will probably lose it. Now, Charlie was convinced that Volvos were magnetized to attract other cars. That way, Volvo customers would spread the word about how they survived the wrecks. Marketing.
Things are always better in our imagination than they are in real life. The trick is not looking for validation outside of yourself, but to learn to be satisfied with who you are inside. Singer-songwriter Sheryl Crow, one of my favorites, has a line. It's not having what you want, but wanting what you have. Now, this next song is the exact opposite. It's called Covet.
You got it, and I want it. I used to be satisfied, but now I feel empty inside. Now that you got it, I think I proved everything, baby. You should know more than me. Even though your name ain't Jones, baby, I gotta catch up, can't you see? You have things that I never wanted, but I need them now. I need things to show I'm important. I gotta catch up somehow. Now that you got it, and I want
want it. Baby, you got it. And I covet. I used to be satisfied, but now I feel empty inside now that you got it. You have a lady, I wanna get rid. I'm not satisfied with what I have. I want what you have instead. I see things in your apartment. I want them to be mine. I used to be happy with my beer. I didn't give a damn about wine until you got it. Now I want it. Oh, baby, you got it. And I covet. I used to be satisfied, but now I feel empty inside now that you got it. I can't see you as human, baby. You are what you own to me. I'm living in a prison, baby. I want everything that I see. You have things that I never wanted, but I need them now. I need things to show I'm important. I gotta catch up somehow now that you got it. And I want it. But baby, you got it. And I covet. I used to be satisfied, but now I feel empty inside now that you got it. And I want it. You got it. And I covet.
That concludes the presentation on the 10 Commandments. They were literally carved in stone to be an unchanging order for future generations. Unitarian Universalists do not believe in creeds. Each generation we look to find expression to an ever-evolving faith. Humanity has learned a lot since the 10 Commandments were written. We must do the work of reviewing the creeds of religions and incorporate the finding of science and philosophy. We don't have a religion which is like an internet contract where you just don't read it and you scroll to the bottom and press I accept. We have a religion where we debate and worry and struggle over what exactly we're going to say we are to the people who are not Unitarian Universalists. And that takes work. We are a religion that takes work. And we know that any efforts that we make to say who we are will not be perfect. But we trust on future generations to build upon our work. With gratitude and hope, we learn from the past and look to the future. May we bless